let's talk Batman 2. We had let's call it a tease image that was posted on IMDb for the Batman 2 page earlier this week, showing a picture of the Batman cowl, mostly frozen in ice. Little blood sprinkled in there just to let you know how spicy things are getting, how perilous they are for our dear sweet Bat. And it can't be anything other than a heavy-handed nod towards, hey, Mr. Freeze is going to be in the movie.
Yeah, I mean, it's either that or it's going to take place in winter or both, because I believe they did semi-confirm that this was going to be a winter setting for the Batman. But either way, it's like not hard to put 1 + 1 together to get 2 here.
Well, it feels like we've endured many a winter in order to get to this freaking sequel, so I should hope that there's some sunshine out there, but good Lord.
Yeah, it's tough. This has been a long, long wait. So to get this might be their little subtle nod of being like, hey, sorry that's taken this so long, but you are going to get something that you want, and that is Mr. Freeze.
Here's my only beef, and then we're going to get into the fun part. Okay. Matt Reeves literally said, in reference to the villain, hilarious, the villain for Batman 2, that this is a character who has, quote, never really been done in a movie before. Now, Matt Reeves is not young enough to have not seen Batman and Robin when dear sweet Arnold Schwarzenegger donned the freezing suit. So it literally has been done before. So listen, and I don't mind. So I'm going to just dwell on this little beef for just a short period of time. But it has been done before, so just don't present it in that way. That's it. No, it hasn't been done well. It hasn't been done in a way that any of us who watch and enjoy the Batman movies are going, hey, let's not touch that for a while, right? Let's leave that undone. I think we've treaded that ground. Let's move on to a different option. Not at all. Not at all. That's why I'm not going to dwell on it for too long. I am just calling the BS here of, sir, it has been done. So just, there's plenty of time, obviously, because Jesus wept, 2027, that's a ways out. So we've got some time for the marketing to talk to Matt and have him say, listen, during your next press conference, this phrase needs to not be what you say. Here's what some other options of what you could say. He just needs a little coaching. But I digress. I'm genuinely pleased that Mr. Freeze is at least one of the villains that we will get in this movie. Is he truly going to be the primary villain? If we want to go all in on this tease, then yes, he is. Geez, I can even get on board with that because Mr. Freeze certainly has not been done well in the films. And there is a genuine untapped potential for that character in the films. And I would say even in the comics, he's rarely been, not never, but just rarely been utilized in a really effective fashion. It's kind of like a firework where at times it hits and you go, oh, whoa, that was really sweet, but then it's gone. So it just he hasn't had a sustained run of villainy, which is actually kind of unique because many of Batman's other rogues, and Joker notwithstanding, right? But the Riddler has had a run where he's given Batman a really, really difficult stretch. Bane has done that. Two-Face has done that. And so Mr. Freeze, in a strange way, I think stands out because he's not limited to just his technological abilities and advancements. All that tech is developed by him. He's an extraordinarily intelligent, and not just intelligent, but nefariously minded individual. That should be a really lethal combination for Batman to go up against. So I do think that we are due for a awesome Mr. Freeze. This could be a lot of fun.
I feel like this is such a layup.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the blueprint is there. If you go look at the Batman, the animated series, where they reinvented Mr. Freeze and actually made him a worthwhile character to begin with. Literally, if you follow that blueprint, we're golden. You can. Nobody's going to complain about you bringing that to live action because it hasn't been done before. And that's where Matt Reeves would be correct. So I'll be very curious to see the direction that they go with him. But yes, he's one of the more interesting characters. It's not super, super weird.
Nope.
Mr. Freeze is the border, I would say. You have the normal human style villains.
He's right there on the edge.
He is right smack dab in the middle.
Correct.
He is your boundary line into getting to the weird. So maybe because of that, we can go down the weird path in the third one. I'm very excited to see something like that hit the Batman because, I mean, we love the Dark Knight trilogy here. That was not a comic accurate Batman. That is a realistic Batman. And so because of that, you already set up limitations for that world where a man-bat or a killer Croc or a Clayface just would not work in that world.
Right. You've got a whole large percentage of that rogues gallery that's disqualified from participation.
You cut it in half. 100%. So to see it go from that size to opening yourself up to the weird town that is Gotham, we need that for this iteration. And if we're not going to get it for this...
Oh, you know James Gunn is going, hey, weird? Come on home.
Technically, we already did. Dr. Phosphorus is around, and if that's already there, I think anything and everything is on the table. So
Frankenstein. We've already had plenty of the weird.
But even Batman specific. With Clayface and Phosphorus. Like, we have that here. So technically, they don't have to go down that route here. I want that, though. Because it's Batman. I want to see him go up against these insanely difficult villains that are just physical anomalies. So, and I want to see something different. And I want to see it done right. And Mr. Freeze needs to be done right because the fact that we had a corny version for the last run, not great.
The real tragedy is that the movie came out, almost 30 years ago, and therefore we missed the prime meme-creating generation, which would have just had so much fun with so many of the lines in that movie read by Mr. Schwarzenegger himself.
Well, think about this. What if they actually made Mr. Freeze intimidating with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Weirdly enough, you asked him, if you asked him, he could do it, and he could do it well.
Can you just imagine?
He's got the ability. He's got it in the bag.
Imagine the Terminator personality almost, but in Mr. Freeze. A jacked Mr. Freeze, mind you. I'm all aboard of that. Like, obviously on paper, does he look the role of Mr. Freeze? No. But if you want to Aquaman Mr. Freeze up at that point in time, Arnold Schwarzenegger's the guy.
Right.
He is absolutely the guy. So it is a bummer. But there is a lot of missed opportunities at that point in time. So
I have two. No, I love that. I have two fan castings for you that spring to mind for Mr. Freeze.
I've got a couple in my head, so we'll see if they overlap.
Bryan Cranston.
Oh, I did not have that one, but I like it a lot.
And that's kind of lazy. Like, could he? Am I right? Could he do it? Sure, but it won't. It likely won't be a Bryan Cranston, but he could pull it off. Liev Schreiber, I'm sorry, who played Victor Creed in X-Men Origins.
Okay.
He's got a little more of a physical presence than Bryan Cranston.
So it depends on the route you want to go.
So it depends on, how physically, foreboding does he need to be in his own right. Obviously, the way the suit, like I'm thinking of specifically the Arkham games, that presentation of Mr. Freeze, like the suit is a absolute unit. And the man inside the suit, not a unit, but that's okay because the suit is well crafted. It does the hard work for you. So those are just two kind of off the dome. What about you?
My two these are not unique in any way, shape, or form. I believe one is Stanley Tucci,
Mm-hmm.
the bald guy
Yep.
with glasses.
Yep.
I
Good.
think that would be solid.
Mm-hmm.
And then I really like Giancarlo Esposito here.
Sure.
Just
Another great
the
pull.
just the
great
calm and calculated aspect of that he can bring to the table.
Right.
I like that.
Right.
It's the same reason I wanted him to play Baxter Stockman. He just gives off those vibes of like intelligence
Yeah.
so well to where I would love to see that happen.
Which is kind of an important element of the character because he's going to be speaking about, anytime you have a comic character, you're in this fantasy world, okay? Especially the more you lean into the fantastical, right? You reference the Dark Knight as a very, rightfully so, grounded example of the Batman character. But if we're drifting into that Mr. Freeze territory, if we're getting closer to the weird, you just absolutely have to have a actor that has the gravitas to be able to straight-faced say something that is fictional and have it be believable. Not just fictional, but fantastical, right? Like out there, in other words. And the character of Mr. Freeze in particular, the technology that he is utilizing to keep himself alive, to keep his wife alive, and to pursue the cure and to develop all this suit, like it gets... How can you do it without having to make fun of it, right? Like Iron Man, like we're going to get into, there's plenty of tongue-in-cheek. He's just such a sarcastic character that's kind of how you get the pass of, well, how does this really work? It's like, well, you're laughing at Robert Downey Jr. That's how it works. This isn't the way that obviously that character can be played, and so when you're having to live in a more straight-laced persona, you need that kind of character that has actor rather, that has that presence to be able to allow you as the audience member to buy in to the fantastical. So, no question.
Absolutely. This is a character, a villain that I want seen taken seriously too. Like we go back to the Aquaman thing.
Yep.
Like you could have
Yep.
went for the cookie cutter
Yep.
Aquaman from the comics, which look, I'm okay with it. I can understand though why you go the Jason Momoa route
Right.
when you're like, okay, Aquaman is the laughing stock of DC superheroes.
Right.
Should he be? No. The dude's a badass. All right. But I understand why you went
Yep.
with Jason Momoa
Yep.
because it's a facelift for that character.
Needed rebranding.
100%.
Right.
So now I hope when we get the next Aquaman, we get the long hair
Yep.
still, but the
Yep.
blonde.
Yep.
Give me the hook for the hand. Let's rock. All right. So that's a good way to do that rebrand. But that's what we need here for Mr. Freeze too, is we need that series iteration so bad.
Yeah.
Because if you dink it just a little bit and you go too corny, it doesn't work.